Listen, Georgi, I know what I'm doing, but there's no going back now.
I know, my dear friend. It's just that we lost such a brilliant mind that terrible night. I'm afraid of losing you, too, all over some romantic squabbles. And this misunderstanding also cost you your good looks.
I don't want to listen to this anymore. No more distractions, you hear me?
Oh yes, of course. I'm very happy to hear that it's all in the past now.
Good. So let's get to it. I would like to see some results as soon as possible. We both know that she's the key. We've wasted enough time already.
All right. Just don't do anything rash, please. We need to follow the proper protocols.
So my dear friend Boris worked with Semenov even after the Chernobyl disaster. I wonder what happened to his face. And Tanya is the key. The key to what? Gah, more secrets. I've got to keep digging.
Your trials were too aggressive, my friend. I told you that you were using too much, didn't I? I told you. You're lucky you didn't end up brain dead like the others. But here we are. Boris is dead. Truly dead this time. There's no reason to pretend otherwise now. I suppose I should have seen this coming. The mental projections you told me about, the visions, they've been building for some time. To be honest, I just thought that your hallucinations meant you were losing your mind. Prolonged exposure to Chernobylite often causes psychosis and hysteria after all. Why, I've seen the test subjects babbling about Cthulhu or wanting to save the world from rats. You really did it, my friend. You crossed the Rubicon. You achieved something that no one has ever achieved before. Well, except her. But she has a different purpose. You will be the first of your kind. You will help me bring about a new era of human evolution. You will help me reach the stars. Forget your past. Forget your pathetic personal involvements. Distractions. Foolish distractions for the weak. Wasting your time seeking validation from others, but not anymore. You don't need any of that going forward. You're to be my right hand in the days to come. It's time to drop your old mask and don a new one. Time to become what you were always meant to be. The Black Stalker. Wake up soon. We've got plenty to do, you and I.
So it was Boris all along. He started the Chernobylite trials on himself and became the Black Stalker. Dear God.
I've told you everything you need to know, General. What seems to be the problem?
The problem? That's what you're calling it. Look, I won't even pretend to understand what you and your lab monkeys are doing down there. And I wouldn't care if I did. What I do care about is this facility and the safety of my men. So the next time you decide to rush an experiment that can potentially release a bunch of fucking monsters into the world, please tell me beforehand so I have time to devise a strategy.
First off, the shadows are key to our research. They are hybrids that... You know what? I won't bother you with details that you won't be able to understand anyways. And second, actually, no, I'm responsible to the board, not to you, Kozlov. Your job is to safeguard this operation, not lecture me on things you will never come close to understanding. In fact, the board wants you to cooperate closely, very closely, with my right-hand man. I would like you to familiarize him with all of our security protocols.
Who? The freak in the black mask? You want to tell me who the hell he is? I'd like to know who I'm working with.
If you need a name, call him what the rest of your men call him, the Black Stalker. One last thing, I know you don't share my views on the future prospects of this organization. But don't even think about throwing in the towel. If we fail, there will be hell to pay for both of us. There is no walking away now.
So the NAR is somehow responsible for creating shadows. Or at least releasing them into the world. And Boris, the Black Stalker, is also involved in NAR security.
I am ready to continue the Great Rat.
It seems that Olga's mother was onto something that got her killed. Could it be the key to finding out about the NAR's plans? Just be very careful, my love. I feel you getting closer to the heart of evil. Soon you may reach a point of no return.
For the lab, Igor. Should be in the middle of NAR's camp. See if you can slip in unnoticed. Don't get in any fight unless you have to.
Sure thing, Mum. And don't worry, I've got my sweater.
You've got some issues, don't you?
Okay. Now's not the time to get distracted.
Locate the lab and try to reach it without drawing attention. You don't want to fight all these guys at once.
mils of ferric chloride and 100 mils of chlordiazepoxide.
I know that voice. Where have I heard it before?
Right away.
Send everything to the main laboratory tent. Don't make me wait.
Yes, sir. Who are you? What are you doing in here?
That man on the phone. Who was it?
You're Kim In-yuk. Dear God, please don't hurt me.
I asked you a goddamn question.
My boss, you mean? I don't know his real identity. Almost nobody does, I swear.
Do you really want to play it this way? I can see you're scared, and rightfully so. But it seems you're deliberately trying my patience.
No, not at all, sir. Please, I can't tell you what I don't know. But I can tell you other things. Just ask. Just don't kill me. I can be useful. You'll see.
Vanya, my patience is wearing thin. Where are those damned chemicals?
Answer him, but casually. Relax.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'll send them right away. Apologies for the delay.
Spare me the excuses and move! I need that chlordiazepoxide and I need it now! You two, continue without me. I hope for your sakes you don't screw this up.
It would be best if you forgot I was ever here.
Of course. I won't tell a soul.
Look at the tissue structure. This used to be a liver, if you can believe it. We need to collect samples.
The brain is hyperactive. Look at the chart. But it still doesn't respond to any stimuli. The previous subject had quite a different reaction. What's behind this difference, I wonder? Age? Sex?
Vanya? Finally! Who the hell are you? What did you do with Vanya?
Stay very still if you want to live.
Please don't hurt us. We're scientists.
Yeah, so was Dr. Mengele. Are you performing a vivisection without anesthesia? Administering shots of typhus? What are you doing exactly? I really want to know.
No, nothing like that. We're not beasts. We treat our patients as humanely as possible. But you have to understand that...
Scientific advancement requires sacrifice. Other people's sacrifice.
You make it sound sinister. But yes, everything we do is for the greater good.
How does it work? Are you shooting these poor souls up full of Chernobylite?
I can't talk about that. The NDA we signed is very strict. The penalties...
Did you just say NDA? Are you for real? Stop being a corporate stooge and start thinking about your own life.
Sure, you're right, of course. We started out giving them shots, but that was just the first stage. We're way past that now.
It was, you see. The fatality rate was... it didn't bring the desired results.
We've moved from administering nanosolutions to directly editing human genomes to enhance them with Chernobylite. We've developed our own Chernobylite CRISPR.
Your patients or subjects, whatever you call them. Especially the locals. What happened to them?
Which ones? There were many patients here. Some of them didn't make it past the final phase. The others, we don't know.
Don't let him dodge the question. Make him talk.
Look, please, can we all try to stay calm? Let us explain. Modifying genomes is only the first step. Next, we induce a state of superconsciousness in the subject's gamma brainwaves. It's basic neurology. The sympathetic nervous system begins to release enormous amounts of energy straight to the brain via the thalamic gate at the brainstem. When the thalamic gate opens, the energy flows to the pineal gland and... well, there you go. I don't like to use this term, but it opens a third eye.
A third eye? Right. Then what?
Enhanced by Chernobylite, the pineal gland can do incredible things. Release all kinds of energy, and even influence physical objects, as in telekinesis.
You're torturing people so they can bend spoons with their mind? God, what kind of quacks are you?
This is all following the scientific method, believe me. These are closely monitored, replicable experiments. Anyway, when the subject is ready for the final stage, we put them in an induced coma. Contrary to what you might think, it's for their own good.
Explain, and fast. What is this final stage?
Our boss calls it communion. It's when the subject's gamma brainwaves interact with Chernobylite's mental waves. Or, well, to tell you the truth, we don't know exactly what it is. Chernobylite is like a virus, in a way. It's not exactly inorganic matter, but neither is it a living organism. It's something in between. And it produces a type of brainwave, even though it clearly has no structured organic tissue.
Who's your patient here?
I'm not sure, but she must have been carefully selected.
Selected? How? Did she volunteer? Or was she maybe run down and captured by soldiers in the woods? Talk!
I'm not familiar with the selection process. Our boss would know. But we know very little about him.
What's your boss in charge of exactly?
The entire biotech division, pretty much everything Chernobylite related, but mainly the impact on human physical and psychological functions.
Clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats. How does this work with Chernobylite?
It's similar to a standard gene editing tool. We take specialized protein from a certain bacteria, modify it with Chernobylite, and then target the exact genes we want to modify.
Wait, I know more about physics than genetics, but CRISPR is usually done on embryos, right? And it takes time, sometimes even years, for mutations to show.
Our boss developed his own methods. The process is applied directly in the subject's body. The speed of the mutations has increased exponentially. It no longer takes years, but weeks, sometimes mere days. Marvelous, isn't it?
Enough! All I've got from you so far is a bunch of gibberish. I want to see the actual research. Where do you keep your data? All the research data?
Check the database in this computer. Everything can be accessed from here.
It's password protected, isn't it?
Promise not to kill us and we'll tell you.
Don't worry, I don't give a shit about you. Password.
23#98S $.
Listen to me very carefully, Igor. This research, this data, it's too dangerous to exist. My people died because of it. Delete everything. It won't bring my mother back, but at least no one will profit from her death, and the deaths of others.
You need to download this research, Mousy. This is the Rat King's brain stash. It's dangerous, yes, and inhuman. But it could contain the key to defeating him.
Good call. Oh, I knew you'd see reason.
What have you done, Mousy? Why aren't you following your mentor's guidance? The Rat King must be destroyed! Everything else is irrelevant.
I'm sorry, Olga. Nobody deserves to die so horribly.
I was hoping for some good news, but perhaps I was foolish. My mother, these people, they were all just used, processed. How could anyone do something like this? Anyway, did you find anything of value?
Not sure yet. Bizarre theories about Chernobylite, mostly. I don't know if I want to get into the details yet.
Try me. I'm not a bookworm like you, but I'm not stupid either.
Well, NAR seems to think Chernobylite is like a giant turtle that carries our universe on its back. They figure they can tame it and ride it wherever they want. Like a pet.
A turtle?
It's just a metaphor, but the scientific theory behind it is no less insane.
Right. Thanks for trying, I guess.
I can hear his voice again now.
The Rat King.
I wouldn't call it always there.
Who?
But you are at the final battle.
Why?
As the poet said. Why wouldn't you be?
Listen, I've decided you should leave. Sorry.
I see. You're not my right hand in the fight against the Rat King after all. This error in judgment has cost me a lot of precious time. Pity.
Have you heard of... Because my mom told me, so it caused my father's...
But there are a lot of...
My mother was a doctor, and anyway, she told me what it looked like. The rain would wash down the toxic particles. The first cleanup operation was just 2 days after the Chernobyl disaster. Obviously, it was done in secret. The goal was to make the rain for the little people. Of course, the authorities denied it. They're still denying it even today. Every time I think about it, I wish I had 1 or 2 of those fuckers in the sights of my Moss and Nugget.
I find that hard to believe.
Naturally. I heard you were once a true believer in the system.
It's not that simple.
No need to explain yourself. It was a long time ago. Those in power will always think of themselves first.
Hi, Olga.
I'd be...
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn. Oh, great huntress.
Today I'll teach you how to stay alive a little bit longer. Knowing how to use a med kit, heal...
What are you going to talk about, Olga?
About you know, there's a...
Without...
Matvey taught me well, and I'm happy to pass on his knowledge.
need you to come here this instant. I'm at HQ. You'd better be here soon, or there will be consequences. Kozlov's going to sacrifice me. They left me here, and he is coming after me as well. We both know who I'm talking about. I can't trust Kozlov anymore. You have to help me finish what we started, you and me. We're in this together until the end, whether you like it or not. You wouldn't want him to find out the truth, would you? I'm waiting in Lenin Square. Make haste, or we're both going to regret it.
I guess I really am naive, huh? I think you owe me an explanation, old friend.
Looks like your mentor sold you out. Or perhaps he was involved in all of this from the beginning. Regardless, he's clearly no longer your friend. He set a trap for you, Igor. What are you going to do about it?
ventilation hatch under the laboratory vent. That's weird, right?
Probably worried about getting trapped. After that fucked up action in the hospital. He's right to be.
I bet that lunatic's coming after him with his crazy tech.
One last sweep and I'm still request a transfer?
Great.
I could use a smoke. It's probably a rat or something. Wonder what the quartermaster made for dinner tonight. Hope it's not more fish. I hate fish. This is so fucking surreal. Those things can go through walls. I saw it with my own eyes. If this one is trapped in a simple cage.
That's not a simple cage. It must have used proprietary NALs that no one we don't know about.
Well, what's that supposed to be? The green crystal?
Fuck no. I will check.
I'm gonna keep an eye on him anyway. I don't want to end up like Victor.
Before you jump to any conclusions, I can explain.
You've been behind this the whole time. Enough of your games.
What are you talking about? You know me. I helped you. I helped Tatiana.
Don't you dare bring Tatiana into this. Don't you fucking dare! I know you're hiding things from me.
You're acting irrational, my dear boy. This isn't you. If only you knew the extent of my discoveries, my plans for the future.
I don't care about the future. I care about the truth. And I'm going to get it out of you, one way or another.
Igor, please. Let's talk this out calmly, like men of science.
Tatiana Amelieva. You acted like you had no idea what happened to her. But she's been here this whole time, hasn't she?
Yes, I cannot deny it, but please, you don't know all the facts.
God in heaven, is there not a single shred of decency left in you?
I could tell you things that would turn your whole life upside down, but I don't want that. I can't have you falling apart. Don't you understand? I need you.
What are you saying?
I need you here. You're going to help me save her.
What's NAR's interest in Chernobylite?
Their interest is in a potentially trillion-dollar business. I trust I don't
care about that. They're keeping Tatiana here against her will, aren't they? Why? Where is she?
Tatiana is a patient. A very valuable one. That's what's keeping her safe. At least for the time being. NAR has done some despicable things, I give you that. They've conducted some questionable experiments on human subjects. But Tanya is different. She's special.
I researched Chernobylite myself. It has many potential applications. What are you?
I know you did. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. The catastrophe of 1986 was a great gift for humanity. One of the greatest.
What are you talking about?
Chernobylite opened a door to something that will change the history of mankind forever. Forever!
Energy capable of creating a singularity, multiple singularities, and tunnels between them.
More than that, it gives us access to the ones already in existence. It's like an autonomous vehicle that can take you anywhere in time and space, complete with maps. The first such route is already in place. We just need to make sure it's safe.
I will ask you one last time. Where is Tatiana?
Igor, please, listen to reason.
Do you want to learn about your personal threshold for pain? I said talk!
All right. But it's still Kozlov's fault. You have to believe me. Tanya is in the power plant, I swear it. Kozlov is keeping her there. Listen to me, Igor. This is important. You understand that what I'm trying to accomplish here is bigger than you or me.
Shut your goddamn mouth! I can't listen to any more of your excuses.
Don't do anything you'll regret later, Igor. You're better than them. Remember that. More practically speaking, you may need the old bastard later.
I know the safest thing to do is to kill you, but I'm leaving you alive, against my better judgment.
Thank you. You won't regret this, Igor.
Oh, that remains to be seen. We will talk again. And when we do, I expect your full cooperation.
Absolutely. Go find Tatiana in the power plant. After, we can talk.
Oh, it's great to see you, Igor. I've got a fan-fucking-spastic plan that you need to hear.
Yeah, right, of course. Sounds fan-fucking exciting.
Stop bitching and be grateful there's someone here to do the thinking when you're not around. Anyway, listen up. I think the time has come to kill off the biggest knobber of them all.
Oh, the suspense is killing me. Who's on your shit list today?
Drumroll, please! General Kozlov, the single biggest NAR twat of them all! Time to end his miserable life, pay back for what he did to my friends, and for his other shameful deeds, of course. Can't forget that.
You've got friends? That's new.
Very funny. This fucker and his cronies iced my boys. Don't you ever joke about that. You fucking hear me? His lapdogs captured us, tortured us. I got lucky. They just beat the...
What happened? You never wanted to talk about it before.
Having electrodes clipped to your dong is not something you want to relive with casual acquaintances. The five of us set up this warehouse together. It was me, Zena, Yuri, Ludmila, and Igor. Like yourself, we were the fucking Pripyat Five. Respected businessmen. And women. We provided, essential goods and services for those who needed them. When NAR showed up, we tried to negotiate with them. But to this decrepit 20th century commie Kozlov, we were just a bunch of hippie anarchists and drug dealers. Anyway, a perfect opportunity to exact revenge on this cocksucker's approaching. He's gonna give some kind of motivational speech to his private army of knobbers outside.
This sounds like a real opportunity. Taking Kozlov out is the only way to stop him from interfering with our plans. And to make him pay for his crimes, obviously.
As much as I admire clean work, shooting him like a lame deer would be a mistake. We should make him talk first, learn everything we can so we can better prepare for our heist. Passwords, codes, guard routines. After we have what we need, then we off him.
I agree on one point. Kozlov must die. But we don't have time for fun and games. Just dispose of him quickly and get out. Maybe he does deserve to suffer, and perhaps he has some intel we could use. But the only way to make sure he can't interfere is to kill him right away. That's what I recommend.
We need Kozlov alive. I'm open to suggestions.
I can definitely help with that. The actual camp is located in Energetic, the former palace of Kocha. There are two ways in. The main entrance is probably guarded, of course, but they only post 2 guards at the side door. You know the place, right?
Yeah, I lived here a long time ago, but some of the details are fuzzy.
It's not complicated. Those NAR fuckers just walked in and make themselves at home. The front entrance is a no-go, but the side door will be a breeze. The guard detail is very light, insultingly so. And that's where you come in, or go in, or whatever. Kozlov's digs are on the top floor. Once you get inside, it shouldn't be hard for a man of your talents to slip past the guards. Security is a bit of a joke, like every fascist you ever met. They got cocky. They're not expecting anyone to snoop around. And remember, most of them will be distracted by Kozlov's speech. Maybe he'll even put them to sleep for us.